So I'm going to start, we're just going to go in alphabetical of our class. So the first one, awesome artist, is Dawson. Dawson, you were always wonderful at your artistic abilities and always able to share your artistic side whenever there was an art extension to an assignment. And so I am awarding you the awesome artist. Everybody applause. All right. Next one, our nature lover is Kaysen. Kaysen always has a fascination for nature and the kind treatment of plants and animals, whether this be from stories that he had connection to in class or personal stuff. He would always come and tell me wonderful things about his animals at home and everything like that. So Kaysen is our nature lover.
Thank you.
Lover of laughter is Miss Reagan. I think everybody in all of 4th grade can agree that Reagan is our wonderful laughter girl. She is always laughing in a kind way. She has a contagious laugh, and so she is the lover of laughter. The next one, our creatively curious person is Ian. He's always inquisitive and has a strong sense of wonder. He's always asking questions and wanting to know more. So Ian is our creatively curious. Next up, our super social scientist. Now, this is not your science of normal stuff. This is social studies. So social science is social studies. And so this goes to Ryder. He is always a good expert on knowing everything with social studies. He was always involved in our social studies discussions and rocked social studies tests and was able to express his knowledge so much in social studies. And so he is our super social scientist. And remember, that's for social studies. So nice job, Ryder. The next one, our savvy scientist. Now, this one is for science, and this is for Eli. He is our Mr. Science Guru. He was always able to share his knowledge in science and out of science. He was always able to make science connections to our reading lessons. I remember he brought in a book about different clouds when we were learning about clouds for a reading street, and he brought in one of his personal books for that. So he is always diving into the science world, and I know he's going to go far with that and have some career field related to science. So thank you, Eli, for always participating and thinking like a scientist in class. All right, our next one, our enthusiastic learner. Mia always brings the pep and the energy to class, and she is always so thrilled to be participating in class and is a wonderful learner. She's always there with energy and excitement and participation, and so she is our enthusiastic learner. Next up is our persistent problem solver. Goes to Nano. He's always able to find solutions using a variety of skills and strategies. Nano is always thinking outside of the box and coming up with different problem solvers of like, well, how can we do this? Or how about we do it this way? And so I appreciate Nano for always thinking outside the box. So he is our persistent problem solver. Next one, our all-star attitude. I kind of had to go with the all-star athlete with this, but also all-star attitude goes to Jax. He always has a positive attitude, always encouraging others, always has a good outlook on life. Whether he gets himself down, he knows how to bring himself right back up. And I just am so grateful for him this year of being an encourager for our whole classroom and himself, and always have an infectious, positive attitude. So thank you, Jax.
Thank you.
Alrighty, our next one, wow writer. I know my whole class can agree with this, is Kellen. He captivates the attention and imagination of readers with his writing. He was always one that he was always wanting to have me share his writing drafts. He always had such great imagery and sets a good example for good writers. So Kellen, you are our wow writer this year. Thank you. Handy helper, Miss Riley. She's always lending a hand to not just me, but everybody in our classroom. We had a new student come into our class this year, and I knew right away that Riley was my go-to girl to help me and the class out, get her adjusted, our new student adjusted to our class, because she is just so kind when she helps people. She always is asking me if there's something I need help with in the classroom, and she is just an amazing helper. So thank you, Riley, for being our handy helper this year. Next up, we have our super speller. Eric rocked it on every single spelling test, going above and beyond and getting the extra credit words, and just doing amazing on spelling. Even in on his own writing, he would make sure to have all the correct spelling, and with amazing words that he used, they were correctly spelled, and he is just an outstanding speller. And so he is our super speller of the year. Next up, my future teacher is Miss Madison. She has shared her passion of wanting to be a teacher with me before, so I know this is something that's near and dear to her heart. But besides that, I can see it through everything Madison does in our classroom. She's always there wanting to help me, wanting to help others, helping others on their work, guiding them, and is just has such a kind heart. And that's what it takes to be a future teacher. You've got to have a kind heart. And so she is our future teacher, and I hope to see you teach in the future one day, Madison.
Thank you.
All right, next one. Ray of sunshine. Emmeline always came in with a smile and a hug for everybody, and would start her day off with a smile and end her day off with a smile, and it was infectious. And so she is our ray of sunshine. So quick round of applause for our class superlatives. All right, we have also gone ahead and selected some of you as our outstanding distant learners. These are the kids that constantly showed up, constantly participated, and were always completing their work thoroughly and just getting it done, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And so we went ahead and we're awarding some of you that went above and beyond. And we know outstanding distance learning was very challenging for all of us. And so we just wanted to recognize those of you that persisted and worked through the challenges and kept going. And this just speaks a lot of your character, that you fight through challenges. So we want to award those of you that went above and beyond. So I have some, and my first one is Miss Riley. You are one outstanding distant learner, always there on Zooms. We even had a Zoom meeting, just you and I, when not a lot of other people could join us one day, and it was just her and I. We kind of hung out.
Yeah.
All right, next one, Ryder, always there, always working through stuff. He even had a bottle calf on the side and was able to get his work done and got right back out to fishing and going in his canoe and shooting his bow. So he did a whole bunch of extracurricular activities and went through and did his work every week. So nice job, Ryder. Eli. He was on top of it first thing in the morning, got in, got out, got it done, and he did his work thoroughly. I mean, Eli is very particular about the way he does his work, and it followed through all the way to distance learning. So nicely done. Thank you, Eli. Next one, Miss Madison, another one. And this one I appreciate because if she was having problems, she reached out through me on Google Hangouts. And there were so many times that I could work with her through things on Google Hangouts. She requested to stay late on a Zoom meeting one time so I could help her work through some writing that she was having problems with. So I really award this girl for going above and beyond when she was working by herself and needed extra help. And she knew that she needed to reach out and get help from her teacher to get it done. So nicely done, Madison. All right, next one, Eric. This is another one that went above and beyond as well. There was a lot of times that I was working through Eric through Google Hangouts, and he was always asking questions. If it was hard for him, he did not give up. He was not going to let this distance learning beat him down or anything, and he always made sure to reach out to me for help. And it was an awesome learning moment for both of us. And I enjoyed all those moments when I was able to work through things with Eric over Google Hangouts. It was hard, but we did it. He persisted and he got things done by himself. And it was just amazing to see him work really, really hard away from the classroom. So thank you, Eric. Nano was always up. He was like, I would get notifications and he is the first one on Google Classroom every morning. And I just appreciate him. He got on, got up, got it done, and then enjoyed the rest of his day out in the sunshine playing. And he actually was away from home and having to do a lot of this at somebody else's house. And he still persisted that. And so thank you, Nano, for being an outstanding distant learner as well. And last but not least is Jax. Jax is going above and beyond every single day in and out of the classroom. Again, asking me for help, responding to any comments that I added on work, and is just an amazing learner, even from afar with distance learning. So nicely done, Jax. Thank you so much. Alrighty, so that is it for my awards. And so now I'm gonna hand it off to Mrs. Chapman.